another vlog. Sorry, this beard, I'm still getting used to. I've had it for 4 months now. Still itches. Almost 5 months. Getting ready to start on the next project. This next project is going to be something old and something new. A little bit of both. And both could be considered old, except part of the project is going to be covering something that was has been in my haunt for quite some time. The Carriage Lights. I made these up, I believe, back in 2012, 2013, somewhere along in that time frame. They run off of 110. And they have a PVC fake candle inside, dripping blood, with a light bulb. What I want to do is I'm going to repaint the housing. And then we are going to get that candle out of there, the light bulb out of there, and we're going to convert it over using my LED pucks, LED lighting. So we got that going on with those. And now earlier this year, and this is something new, I picked up these. A lady was going to donate them at Goodwill, and Goodwill refused to take them. And I said, I'll take them. So I'm also going to get these cleaned up and painted and all, and we're going to convert these over to low voltage LED lighting. Going to be doing something new, both with these and these. Right now, I have the glass on here clear, so they can see the candle and the light bulb. When I convert it over to LED puck, I want the illusion that there's either a candle in there or a flame. So I'm probably going to either use an orange puck or a couple of flickering yellow pucks inside to create that illusion. Thing is, I don't want them seeing the puck. I just want them to see the light. So I went down to Joann's Fabric, or actually not Joann's Fabric, this was Michael's, and got some glass etching compound. I want to note something on this damn compound. Michael's had it priced at $29 for a 5-ounce bottle. I used one of the coupons, got it for $19, took 10 bucks off for a 5-ounce bottle. 19 bucks for a 5-ounce bottle. Now when I got home, I got on eBay. Got to looking. This is a 22-ounce bottle. 4 times the size of that one. $31. $31 for basically 4 of these bottles. You know, if I had bought 4 of them, it would have ran me almost 100 bucks. And I got that. You know, big difference there in size. So, lesson learned on that one. Should have checked eBay first. But anyway, the etching compound I'm going to use on the glass. And that will basically fog the glass up, you know, so you can't really see inside of it, but the light will still shine through. And I'm going to do that on all 5 of the lights. So that's another step in the project. But for right now, I need to get these things torn apart and cleaned up. Okay, I'm going to call it quits out here for today. It's getting a little warm. I'm getting hungry. And Kaylee needs her walk and playtime. Got everything torn apart. This stuff here is the 2 original lights. And then this stuff here are the 3 new ones. And then that there's all the bits and pieces. Next stage in the project will be next clip. Well, we're working on the project. Right now, we're etching glass. And I'm using this Martha Stewart crap that I got at Michael's. And this stuff is crap. This was the first piece I did. And as you can see the rods through it. I applied it via the directions on the box, which said put a good, even, heavy coat on, let set for 15 minutes, and then wash off. It's been 15 minutes. I have not washed it off yet. And we got all the rest done in here as well. I just finished with that one. What I'm going to do is I'm going to let it set longer than 15 minutes just to see what's going to happen. I want the glass fogged up is what I want, and this is not giving me the effect I want. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back probably in about an hour. We'll wash it off, see what it looks like, and then I'm going to switch from this Martha Stewart junk over to the Armor Etch stuff and see how this stuff works out. See if it does any better than the Martha Stewart. Nothing can be worse than the Martha Stewart crap. But we'll take another look at it here in a little bit. Well, it's been several days since I tried using the Martha Stewart stuff. Now, I don't know if I'll leave it in, but last segment I ranted on it pretty good. I was fairly pissed off about the quality of that Martha Stewart crap. I just went through, re-cleaned the glass. That Martha Stewart stuff did etch the glass a little bit. You know, they're slightly fogged. Etching compound shouldn't slightly fog. It should totally fog on the first coat. Did a lot of this back when I was in high school. What I'm going to do is we're going to switch over to the other brand that I got off of eBay. And this stuff's a little bit different. This stuff is actually more of a cream, which is what the stuff is supposed to be like. The Martha Stewart stuff was like a thick gel. Didn't do shit. But I'm going to redo the glass with this and see how it does, and then we'll kind of go from there. Just finished applying a coat of this stuff, Armor Etch, glass etching cream. And this stuff is an actual cream. Applied a good even coat. Now it's got to sit 15 to 20 minutes. I got to take it in, wash it off, and then we'll take a look at it. From what I'm seeing now with the compound on the glass, it looks a lot foggier than it did when I had the Martha Stewart junk on it. More than likely, I am going to need to do a second coat, though, of it. It all depends on how etched I want the glass to look. And I want it fairly thick. I don't want people to be able to see inside, so I want a fairly heavy coat. I've got enough of that stuff. I can apply another 3 or 4 coats if I need to. So I don't know if I'll do that. I just might do one more coat on here and then go with that. So we'll have to wait and see. I'll give you a look at it after I've got them cleaned up. In the meantime, while I'm waiting for those to dry, I'm going to switch over to all the miscellaneous parts over here. And all of them need to be wiped down. And then I'm going to go through with a piece of sandpaper and start lightly sanding everything so it's ready for the paint. Another day, another dollar. Gotten pretty far. We've gone through all the parts. They've been cleaned and have had a light sanding to them. They're ready for paint. As to the glass etching, which was a several-day process, as you can see, you cannot see through it. That's kind of pretty much what I wanted. There was the one coat of the Martha Stewart stuff, which did next to nothing. And 2 coats of that stuff I got off of eBay, which did the trick really good. I'm debating on whether I want to do a 3rd coat of it to darken it or to fog it up a bit more. But I think that's going to be okay. I'm going to talk to the set dresser about that before I go any further. Now, another thing I had to do is this is the basket that holds the glass to the next one. And the bulb set up at the top of it. And the bottom, just do that. The bottom was totally open so you could see up inside. I didn't want people to be able to look up in there and see the LED. Plus, there was no way of reflecting the light. The light would have just shone down right onto the ground. So, I cut a piece of plexiglass out that will fit in there, and I'm going to paint it silver. So when the light hits it, it'll bounce back up. And then on the 2 new lights, the other 2 new lights I bought, when I took them apart, come to find out they weren't that old. They had a sensor in it down here in the base to turn the lights on and off automatically. And I took the sensor out naturally. So that left me with a hole down here. And I'm thinking, I'm going to put some colored lights down in there. I'm not sure what color of LED, whether it's going to be red, green, yellow, blue, what have you. But I couldn't leave that side open, because weather would get in there and you'd be able to see the LEDs. So I took some more plexiglass and just very roughly cut out a template. Used my heat gun to soften it up and put it in there, and now the hole has a lens. And I gotta do a little bit of sanding on it to clean it up. I haven't done it. But that ended up being, man, see, I'm dropping stuff for you. But that ended up being the piece there, and it's all nice and curved. Haven't gone any further on it because I'm at a quandary. I don't know if I'm going to sand the inside edge to fog it up that way. You know, it would let the light go through, but they wouldn't be able to see in and see the light bulbs. You know, I could do that. I could do my stained glass technique on it and just color it. I don't know. Haven't decided on that. I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. But for right now, all these parts are sanded and cleaned. We're ready for paint. And we've got 3 different colors we're going to be using on all the light fixtures. The first one is a silver. And that's going on the inside wherever there's going to be a light bulb. Or an LED bulb at. To help reflect the light. And quite a few of the pieces actually do need a good healthy coat of silver. Including the rods. The inside of the rods here, these are the pieces that hold the glass for the other lights, are going to get a coat of silver. The next color we've got is brass. A shiny brass. And I'm going to be doing the outside of the rods with it. All the rods. Plus all the little nuts and bolts that you see on the outside to help kind of dress things up. And then the last color is a textured metallic black. And that will be going on everything else. Needless to say, it's going to be a couple of days to do the paint. Today, I will probably get the silver all done. I'll let it dry overnight. Then tomorrow I'll come out, I'll get the brass done. Let it dry overnight. And then next week when we get back into town from work, I'll come out here, I'll get the black shot. And then it's going to need to dry overnight. Then we can start reassembling stuff, getting it into the house, and getting the electrical done. Pre-assembly is finished. We've got the tops all assembled, and I've got a string tied around them to keep the corner pieces in. Did the same thing with this one. And then we got the bases all assembled, and these little pieces here are what go into this part here. I went and took my Dremel with a sanding drum on, just went over the inside of the plastic. And I also shaped them up a little bit better. Now the chore is to get them into the house without breaking any of the glass. Get them downstairs, and we're going to start wiring and doing the electrical on them. Getting the lights in, basically. And then we can finish assembling them all the way, and we'll have the project done. Now got everything down here in the basement, and we're ready to start doing lighting. I had Sue, aka the set dresser, come down, and we were talking about colors for the lighting on here. The original 2 lights, we're going to do flickering pucks in there, and that's going to be fairly easy. I'm basically trying to do this one-handed. I'm going to have 1 puck here and 1 puck over here, and the wires will run down the tube here and out the back. So I'm going to work on those first. Those are going to be the easy ones. This one, on the other hand, I was talking to Sue about, and that's the one that goes on the basket there, is an iffy one. Installing the light is going to be real easy. We're going to do a flickering red in this one. The problem I've got with it is this basket was attached with some sort of glue. I'm not sure what type. It wasn't silicone. I'm thinking of reinstalling that basket with hot glue. You know, putting a bead of hot glue all the way around and mushing it on. And I don't know if that's going to hold. I'm also debating, Sue-Ann suggested using silicone to do it too, but I'm not too sure. It's iffy. So this is going to be an iffy light. I don't know if it's going to work out or not. We're going to do red in it, a flickering red. And Sue also suggested doing some drips down the glass and painting it red, like whatever's inside is boiling over and out and bleeding down the glass. So, you know, that's a possibility too. With these are going to be the most complicated one. I've got 3 different sets of lights to go in there. The globe here is going to get green, a flickering green light. And then flickering green, I should say, puck light here. I have a bunch made up. And then for the base down here, I'm going to put some flickering green LED bulbs in there. Puck won't work. It won't fit with the metal tube sticking up and out of there. So we'll do a 3 or 4, I'll have to wire up, I should say, 3 or 4 flickering green LEDs to set in there. And then on the top up here, you notice there's some holes there. It's decorative. And I think I'm going to install the same thing, some flickering green LEDs up in the top up here as well. So this area here will glow too. So those are going to take a lot more work to do. But we're going to start out, I'm going to get those done. Those are my originals. These are new. Those are the easiest. And there's no questioning on those. So I'm going to start getting those wired up. And it's basically just installing the puck lights. And then wiring them together and then fishing a wire through the fixture and out the back so we can hook them up. Slideshow, I got the first one done. Puck lights are in and installed, and like I said, I just ran the wire down the metal shaft and it's coming out the back. Now with this one, to finish it up, I just need to attach the globe over there, and I'll do that after I get the next one wired up. And I might have a slight design change, something Sue recommended. If I decide to do it, I'll vlog it so you can see it. I've been working on the bases for the last 2 pair. And I figured I'd show you what I did. What I ended up doing was I took 3 LEDs, wired them up like I was doing a spot, attached 1 long lead on the base of it so it would come out where I can wire it into everything else. And then I just adhered them inside there with some hot glue and then ran the wires down the center pole there. And come out with that. And they're all flickering and stuff. So now I've got to repeat the process with the upper part up here. We're going to do the same thing with that. Well, there you go. They're finished and all put together. They all work. And yes, I know they're not turned on. And I know you want to see what they look like lit up after all the wiring and everything that I've been doing. Well, you're going to have to wait. After you finish watching this one, hopefully the reveal video will be up. And I'll have these turned on in the reveal. So you'll have to wait for that. With that, I'm going to say, stay spooky, stay toxic.